Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Today, we're diving into the OMB's recent efforts to revise the Small Business Act, especially regarding the famous Rule of Two. Heard about the latest?
Absolutely. The Rule of Two has always been a cornerstone for federal contracting with small businesses. Now, with OMB's proposed changes, things could get shaken up.
The Rule of Two, for listeners who don't know, means that if two or more small businesses can perform the work, agencies must set aside the contract for small businesses. Why do you think OMB wants to revisit this?
Well, over the years, there have been debates about efficiency versus promoting small business participation. Some argue that the current rule can slow down acquisitions.
True, but isn't the whole point to foster competition and give small businesses a fair shot? If the rules change, could it actually reduce opportunities?
That's a real concern. If agencies get more flexibility, they might default to larger contractors, citing efficiency. But the OMB claims the changes could streamline processes and reduce administrative burdens.
It's almost like wanting to bake a cake faster, but risking the cake not rising. Is there a way to balance supporting small businesses and keeping procurement efficient?
Maybe with clearer guidelines or more robust oversight. But history shows that without strong rules, small businesses often get pushed aside.
The OMB mentioned seeking feedback. Do you think small business owners' voices will actually be heard in this process?
I hope so. Public comment periods are designed for that, but sometimes the technicalities make it hard for smaller players to participate.
It's a bit like being invited to a party, but not knowing the dress code, hard to fit in without guidance. Do you think agencies want these changes, or is it more pressure from the top?
It's a mix. Some agencies feel boxed in by the Rule of Two, especially with tight deadlines. But there's definitely external pressure to modernize federal acquisition.
What about the impact on minority-owned and women-owned businesses? They've benefited from set-asides. Could changes make it harder for them?
Definitely possible. Any loosening of the Rule of Two could mean less access for disadvantaged groups. Those programs rely heavily on strong set-aside policies.
Do you think there's a middle ground? Maybe keeping the Rule of Two but allowing exemptions for truly urgent needs?
That could work, but it would need strict limits to prevent abuse. Otherwise, urgent could become the norm rather than the exception.
It's a slippery slope. If you give too much leeway, the spirit of the Small Business Act gets lost. But too rigid, and you risk inefficiency.
Exactly. It's a classic government conundrum, balancing fairness and function. Do you think the OMB's proposals are a genuine attempt at reform or just a cost-cutting move?
Hard to say. On paper, it's about reform, but budgets always play a role. And let's be honest, change in government is rarely just about efficiency.
I agree. There's always a political angle, especially with small business contracts. They're a hot button in every election cycle.
Speaking of politics, do you think Congress will get involved if the OMB's revisions go too far?
Almost certainly. Congress has historically protected small business interests, and any major shift could trigger hearings or new legislation.
For small business owners listening, what should they be doing right now?
Stay informed, engage in public comment periods, and consider joining trade associations. Collective action often gets more attention.
That's solid advice. Even if the rules change, being proactive can make a difference. Have you heard any creative ideas from the small business community about how to adapt?
Some are exploring partnerships or joint ventures to stay competitive. Others are investing in technology to improve efficiency.
It's like turning lemons into lemonade, finding opportunity in change. But I imagine some are pretty anxious.
Absolutely. Uncertainty always creates anxiety, especially when livelihoods are at stake. Transparency from OMB will be key.
Do you think there's a risk agencies might interpret the new rules differently, creating confusion?
That's a big risk. Inconsistent application could undermine the entire system and hurt trust in federal procurement.
Maybe that's where strong oversight comes in. But oversight can be slow, and businesses need answers fast.
True, and that's the challenge. The pace of government rarely matches the pace of business.
If you had a magic wand, what would you change about the process?
I'd make it more user-friendly, clear rules, simple processes, and real-time feedback for businesses.
Sounds like a dream, maybe someday. For now, I guess we'll watch and see how these OMB proposals play out.
Definitely. It's an evolving story, and the stakes are high for small businesses everywhere.
As always, we encourage listeners to stay engaged, ask questions, and speak up. Change is coming, but your voice matters.
And don't forget, sometimes the squeaky wheel really does get the grease. Until next time, keep advocating.
A special thank you to MarketUS.com for furnishing us this information.
Here's a question. How do we contact them?
Good question. You can reach them at MarketUS.com or call them at 954-636-3232.
Before we go, this deep dive was created by the MarketUS.com team.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
Good point. It's right below the subscribe link.
Thanks for watching. I'm Nancy, your AI avatar. If you like this podcast, you can get one for yourself based on a website, YouTube video, or any source. Contact me to get a customized quote for your content. See you soon.